Hello YouTube, Fabzy's back with something a bit different. Today we're going to be looking at the newest character in Black Clover Quartet Knights on the PS4, Charlotte Rosalie, Captain of the Blue Roses. Charlotte is a support unit in the game, but she has 3 decks that really mixes up her playstyle. One deck makes her more of a close range fighter style, whilst the other 2 makes her more long range and field control focus. Charlotte's unique ability allows her to chip away at all the opponent's health, whilst also taking away their ability to regenerate their health and magic, which is a good counter to many of the main staples such as Asta and Mimosa. Today we're going to go through her moves and abilities and my tips on how to get the most out of her in the battlefield. I'll show you the difference between her decks, and also we'll go through what I feel are roles and responsibilities during each match. So sit back and enjoy. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into a skill set. We're going to start off with a normal attack, which is the R2 Limb Splitting Briar Spear. This varies depending on which deck you use. It can either be a mid to long range attack or a short range. Starting off with standard, it's going to be mid long range, deals 40 damage per hit and also has 15 ammo. Once depleted, it takes about 5 seconds to fully reload. You'll notice that each hit with anything using plants will proc her ability of the chip damage. Also, with the Knight deck, you'll see it turns into a sword and it's more of a close range attack. Has 100 damage per hit, you can use it continuously and has very low stagger upon hit. The Rogue deck is a buffed up standard deck version of her attack, deals 45 damage this time, 15 ammo and reloads after 4 seconds. It works the same as standard other than that. Moving on to her L2, which is the Strangling Iron Briar Whip, it also varies depends on the deck. The standard one, you'll notice you have a little bar that depletes for the longer you hold it, but you're actually restricting the enemy's movement whilst you're holding them. You can also hold a bunch of people doing it and it deals 40 damage per hit. Quite useful, but still too low damage for my eyes. The Knight deck turns it into a sort of double uppercut move that deals about 80 damage per slash. The downside of this attack, although it has decent knockback, is the second attack is automatic and you can't get out of it, which leaves you a bit vulnerable in the air. The Rogue deck has a little pushback move that does 160 damage per hit and has a very short cooldown of about 6 seconds, but it's very good for getting people out of the zone or just away from your face. Next we're going to move to the Grinding Roll Stake, which is her L1 move. This is a turret-like move that is the main staple for Charlotte and is the reason why people hate her. But on the standard deck, you'll notice it's got a short range kind of turret-like move that actually restricts the enemy's movement. It doesn't do any damage over time, it just procs her ability of the chip damage. The Knight deck is exactly the same as the standard deck one. The problem with these is that the range is very short and it can only hit if you're getting really close. The benefit is that it actually does hold people in place, even luck can't escape it. The Rogue deck's a bit different, it has more range as you can see, and it also deals 25 damage per second on hit on top of the chip damage as well. This doesn't restrict them so they can move out of it, but it does do heavy damage on barriers as well. Next we're going to move to her R1 ability, which is sort of like trap damage move. With the standard deck you can land the mine, you can also do it in mid-air, so you can kind of gauge the environment before placing it down. When enemies walk on it, it will pop up damage and does about 200 damage. For the Knight deck, it becomes targeting. So you target an enemy and you do it, and it does about 160 damage. Only problem with this is it's very slow to start. The Rogue deck is a buffed up version of the standard again. It works similar to like Kana's, where it takes about 2 seconds to set, but once it's set, anyone who's on there, it will be doing 200 damage each time. This is the link damage for it. It does about 160 each time, and it's the same for each deck. And lastly, her ultimate creates an arena around her opponents that prevents them from escaping. She also gets given her sword, similar to like her Knight deck. This sword does 350 damage on the first hit and then about 245 on the rest of the attacks. You can also press triangle once you've used the ult to reapply the cage after its last. This lasts for about 10 seconds and is super useful on modes such as zone. Despite Charlotte having various decks that really differentiates her playstyle, there's only really one deck that really benefits her. I would strongly recommend to never use the Knight deck, as I can't imagine any situation where that would be useful. And the standard deck, although can be quite fun sometimes and gimmicky, there's not really going to be any occasion where you'd want to use it over the number one deck, which is of course the rogue deck. The rogue deck in most cases is a super buffed up standard version. She's able to do a ton more damage, and it makes her L1 ability really viable. The damage that her plant turret puts out is something that can't be ignored, and if it's not dealt with, it will be instrumental in any team wipe. Your main job with the rogue deck is field control and assisting with damage. I focus on the cards that raise my damage and put a health and magic shield card on her to help her survivability. This boosts her health from 1000 to 1200, which could be the difference in surviving an ambush from Luck, or any other assassin-like character. Even with the boost in health, Charlotte is very frail. This is due to the lack of movement ability and no real defense options. She can die really quickly if she's focused on. You want to play her off the objective, whilst using a plant trap and plant turret to support your teammates on the objective. Unlike other shooters, I'll suggest you stay mobile with Charlotte, ducking and jumping out of cover due to R2 running out of ammo very fast. Make sure to apply her R1 ability on key areas such as objectives and chokeholds. Always apply your L1 plant turret when it is up to keep the pressure on. Also, try to keep it out of hard to reach areas, not on the objective. This is to prevent people from accidentally breaking it. It only damages people in its line of sight, so don't put it behind a wall. Don't just spam your R1 ability. Use the trap to keep people off the point if they're pushing it, or wait for a link up attack to finish people off. If anyone gets too close to you, the rogue deck has her L2 ability that knocks people back. This is your chance to run and shoot to keep them off you. For situations such as this, I recommend to find some ledges to hop between for cover. The only time Charlotte should be pushing the point is when she has her ult up. I usually save her ult for specific times, such as if we need to push the point as a team, or to keep enemies off the point. If you are caught in an ult yourself, you can pop her ult for 2 seconds of invulnerability. A good combo I like to use is her R1 right after her ult, as you can trap people in place and those trying to escape will be hit by your trap magic. This will do a lot of damage and is very deadly. So in summary, Charlotte is a support character to be used at mid-range whilst applying field control and damage support on the point. She's a high value target, so try to stay mobile. Her best deck is the rogue deck, so make sure you use it. Her best game mode is going to be zone control. She falls down the priority list in treasure hunt and crystal carry. Her debuffs last for about 10 seconds and apply a lot of pressure on enemies. Try aim for key targets such as Noelles, Asters and Gauches. She's a really fun character to use, and I'll probably rate her A tier, but maybe even higher on zone control. And that is the end of the video, guys. We've covered pretty much everything that you can do with Charlotte. I've gone over some of my tips that I do with her during the games and stuff, so hopefully you guys have picked up some tips and tricks to use her out on ranked or even in tournaments. This video hopefully should be able to help newcomers and old players alike. So guys, if you did learn something from this video, please leave a like and a comment and let me know if you have any tips or if you have any questions about her or any other characters in the game, and hopefully I can help you out. I mean, I'm loving this game. I know this game didn't get a lot of attention due to Bandai just failing in the marketing department, but it's a really super fun game. There's a Discord and the community is really great, and we're getting a lot of games, a lot of custom games and tournaments in. So if you guys are enjoying the game, then definitely get in touch and we can get you onto the Discord and get you onto a team in our bi-weekly tournament. So it's really fun. If you guys have any questions in any of the characters, so you're not sure how to use them, or just looking for any advice, then give me a shout. I am looking to make some more videos. This video was meant to come out ages ago, but due to the festive season and other reasons, it just took a while to come out. But hopefully it's out now and it's a good video, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But I am interested in making more videos on other characters and just general tips for the game, because I don't think there's much out there, and I really want to get more exposure to this game out there, because it's up to us, guys. You know, Bandai is pretty much giving up on the game, even though they're going to be introducing new DLCs and stuff. We want to be hyping up this game as much as you can. So yeah, guys, if you're thinking about getting this game, 100% get it. It's awesome. The characters are great and the community is great, and yeah, you'll have lots of fun in it. So yeah, I should be releasing another video out soon. I'm hoping to get one out before New Year's, so stay tuned in for that. Subscribe if you want more content on Black Clover or Digimon and all the other stuff I cover, and I hope to see you guys again soon. So thanks for staying this long in the video. Peace out, guys.